What's happening, everybody? As you can probably tell by my voice, I am a bit sick, but despite that, today I am bringing you another Black 2 and White 2 battle, and to start off with, the previous one was like 2 months old, right? This one, well, it's a tiny bit older than that. Quite a lot older actually. 2 years to be exact. Now that's what I call old school. I have only recently uncovered this gem in my Desmume folder and figured why not upload it. It's against one of my very first subscribers and a good buddy, PuddlesA1. As you can see, it's 5th gen UU at its finest. My team was relatively new at the time and consists of Flying Gem Acrobatics Tornadoes, Life Orb Tech Top and Expert Belt Mixtini. The two things on Puddle's team that I'm mostly worried about are Cinccino, because I really have nothing that could reliably wall it, and Cofagrigus, because this was an era where Calm Mind Rest set was quite popular and I just could not handle it. Fortunately, as we're about to find out, this one is not running that set, but ultimately that didn't change my fate. Let's get into it so you can see for yourself. I lead off with Swampert to set up my rocks as usual, but obviously he sees that coming and leads off with the threat to prevent it. So I switch right to Victini, which is by no means a check for this thing. He could easily predict that and fuck me up with a Rock Blast, but back in 2013 most of Victinis were running Scarf, which is why he gets up out. I don't quite understand why he brought his Registeel though. I guess he didn't want to risk switching to Azumarill on a predicted Fusion Bolt, unaware that I am not actually carrying it, so I just roast this thing with a V-Create. That gives him a safe switch to Azumarill though, and I decided to act as if I'm indeed choiced and switch back to my physically defensive Swampert. Turns out it's not defensive enough, because this is in fact a banded Azumarill, so Waterfall does almost enough to be a 2-hit KO. So I set up my rocks before he finishes me off, and then, once again, I highly overestimate the power of Flying Gem boosted acrobatics, and although doing a heavy damage, it is not enough to one-shot this thing, and Tornadoes is out of there as well. I go to Hitmontop and get an easy revenge kill with a fake out, but losing my Taunt user early in the game makes his Cofagrigus much bigger problem, as I'm soon going to find out. For now, I switch to Black Velvet seeing his Meloetta to find out what kind of set is he running, because if it turns out to be a Relic Song variant, Hitmontop can deal with it no problem, otherwise I can Wish Stall him to Oblivion, and that's exactly what I end up doing. Even after Calm Mind, Umbreon sponges a Thunderbolt like it's no big deal, sets up a Wish, takes a Shadow Ball, which he probably went for hoping for a special defense drop, and ends with Payback, which brings him to the range where Life Orb is enough to finish him off on the following turn. Now though, he brings his Cofagrigus and sets up a nasty plot as I switch to Victini, but that doesn't really worry me, because I know that after a V-Create he will be in range of Choice Banded Earthquake from my Flygun. However, I certainly wasn't expecting him to outspeed me, and even when he did, it didn't even cross my mind that it's a ZOROARK that I'm looking at. Somehow, I thought that Victini is so slow that max speed Cofagrigus outspeeds it. Even if it was true, who the fuck runs a max speed Cofagrigus with a Dark Pulse to begin with? I know, I am questioning my own logic, but that's really a signature Wojton trade right there, aka I got fooled by ZOROARK again. Flygun, which would have been extremely helpful later in the game, gets straight out demolished by another Dark Pulse for no reason. So you might notice that at this point the only offensive poke left on my team is a Hitmontop, which can easily deal with both ZOROARK and Cinccino, but cannot touch a Cofagrigus, which not only is dead, but also an orphan. Mega Cofagrigus confirmed. Anyways, due to my stupidity, this thing is about to stall the fuck out of my team, and there is not a damn thing I can do about it at this point. What we are looking at right now is Cofagrigus doing what it does best, burning my Umbreon, knocking off its item, and ruining it in general. However, he also gets burned in the process by my Synchronize, so it seems that he is not gonna come out victorious from that matchup after all. That is why he eventually switches to Cinccino as I go for a Payback, but I decide to stay in and go for a Heal Bell, hoping for a Tail Slap miss, but that doesn't happen and I am certainly not taking another one of these. So I switch back to Hitmontop as he makes a smart play and goes for a U-turn, which gives him a switch advantage. I do get my lucky break right here as he misses a Will-O-Wisp, and after another Stealth Rock switch in, his Chinchino has enough health for only one more, so he decides to leave it in this time, and after a Life Orb recoil, I easily finish him off with a payback. He immediately goes to ZOROARK for a revenge kill, but it proves to be not that simple, because Hitmontop is bulky enough to take it, so he has no choice but to go back to Cofagrigus. Once again, I switch back to Umbreon, and although evidently Stealth Rock and burn damage is taking its toll on this thing, Black Velvet is too weak at this point to stall out those couple of crucial turns, and on top of that, the clutch wish that I get off before biting the dust proves to be pointless, because he also benefits from the Pain Split, which pretty much seals the deal for me, so I decide to save a couple of turns by forfeiting, and that is the game. Good game, PuddlesA1. Cofagrigus stalled me out again. What else is new? But I pretty much asked for it by making some really bad plays, so all in all, I think it was a well-deserved victory for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this very old battle, in which case, don't forget to leave a like, or dislike if you didn't, comment, and as always, I see you all next time.